Hi everyone, I wanted to do something that I've been wanting to do for a little while. I've been a guitar player off and on for about 40 years. I mainly play acoustic guitars, and one of the things that I've always wanted was a little bit better quality instrument. And a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I started looking at getting a little bit better guitar, something kind of beyond the beginner range. And one of the brands that I've been looking at is Taylor guitars. Now, anyone who dabbles with music or is a hobby musician or a serious musician knows the name Taylor. Taylor is a guitar company that was founded in 1974 as a acoustic guitar company by a gentleman named Bob Taylor and another gentleman named Carl Listug. And those two guys started a company in 1974 in El Cajon, California, which is basically San Diego. They actually started working for another company in, I think, like 1972, and then worked for them for about 2 years, and then they actually bought the company from another company, and it became their own brand. And throughout the years, they've become very innovative in a lot of their techniques and designs, and using exotic woods and just learning different variables, I guess you can say, about building high quality acoustic guitars. And anyone who listens to music, you probably see a lot of guys using Taylor acoustic guitars. Taylor acoustic guitars are very good quality guitars, and they're really designed for folks who are looking for a little bit better quality. And I recently, or I should say, I started thinking about, sharing my thoughts on my guitar. I wanted to talk about a good guitar that you can pick up for about $1,100. This is kind of for anyone looking to step up to a little bit better guitar. Maybe you've been playing a while and you're ready to purchase a better guitar, want to make a little bit more of an investment. I highly recommend this guitar. This is the Taylor 214 CE. This is a guitar that, like I said, is around the $1,100 range. So it's kind of a budget-friendly guitar for anyone who's getting serious about, getting into playing a little bit more, maybe taking it to the next level, and you want to purchase something that works great. I've had this guitar a little bit over a year, and I'll be honest with you, this is very, very much something I'm satisfied with. It's something that I'm very glad I made the investment. I'm very happy with the quality of this guitar. I play with a couple of other folks 2 to 3 times a month, and have done that consistently over the last year. And this guitar has never let me down. It's been very reliable. The sound quality of this guitar is amazing. And I want to talk a little bit about this guitar and why I feel it's a good guitar for someone who wants to step up. First of all, let me talk about this size, this design. This is what's called a grand auditorium. The top of the guitar here is a little bit smaller, so it's a little easier to kind of wrap around it. And then the bottom of it is a little bit larger. It kind of, in my opinion, I think it gives it a well-balanced sound. Almost not necessarily a boomy sound, but a warm sound. The top is a Sitka spruce, and Sitka spruce is a very common wood that a lot of folks use right now, just because it has a nice, natural, warm sound. So a solid Sitka spruce top, and I think it has a really good balanced sound. Now the back is what's called rosewood. Now this is actually what they call a layered. Now what that means is it's in layers, kind of sandwiched together, but it is rosewood. And the neck is a rosewood neck, and the fingerboard is an African ebony, and of course the headstock is also rosewood. So one of the things I like about this guitar is, it travels well. So if you're going to be somewhere where you're traveling a lot and playing a lot, maybe you're getting into playing out a little bit more, maybe, you're playing in church, maybe you're playing at a local, you know, club or a coffee house doing an acoustic or solo or whatever performances on a regular basis, I highly recommend this guitar because it does lend itself well for being durable. It does lend itself well to taking a lot of wear and tear, I guess you could say. You know, also I want to point out, forgot to point out, it has a nice gloss top. You know, I like having a gloss top. You know, I may never have another guitar that has a gloss top. I may have more of a natural, but I want to have at least one guitar that kind of had that nice shiny cosmetic gloss finish on it. It also has a pretty neat pickup system in it. This is something, I do believe this was designed by Rupert Neve. Anybody who knows anything about Neve, you know, Neve kind of pioneered sound system or sound consoles for recording it and tube preamps and that sort of thing back in the 60s and 70s. So he's kind of a very common name for recording and making things sound really natural. This preamp, this sound system, the pickup system in this, you know, is what you're looking at here. Now, of course, it does plug in right here through a 1/4-inch jack. It's also with the strap peg. It also has, right here, the 9-volt battery, which means it's an active pickup system. Goes right here. It's very easy. You just kind of, there's a little clip that holds that in. You pull it out and put your 9-volt in, which is another nice feature because some guitars in this price range, you have to kind of reach in and grab and pull it out, which can kind of be a pain to do. But again, the pickup system is really nice. It has 3 knobs. You've got one for bass, one for treble, and then a volume. And one thing that I like about this, it's very tactile in that at the 12 o'clock position, it has this little notch. So it kind of gives you a way to kind of feel where you're at if you're somewhere where you're playing and it's dark and you can't really see what's going on, or you know don't really want to have to look down and kind of feel. You can actually kind of feel where it kind of fits in that little groove or kind of locks in at the 12 o'clock position. And that's kind of a nice feature to have. The sound of this sounds really well. You know, I'm just kind of playing an E chord, and as you can see, I think it sounds very well balanced. It's not too booming, not too bright. It does lend itself well for this type of environment, whether you're plugging it in or you're playing in through an amplifier. Of course, it does sound great. I do have an amplifier that I may talk about a little bit later in another video that I might tell you a little bit about. But I mainly wanted to talk about this guitar just because I feel like it's kind of a good working musician's guitar for anyone looking to get into a Taylor, looking to get into a little bit better guitar for the money. Of course, as I said, this is a guitar that runs about $1,100. This particular one is called a 214 CE. The E stands for electric system and the C stands for cutaway. Now, they do make several different models. They make a koa wood. They also make a deluxe, which has more inlays, you know, on the fretboard, a little bit nicer binding, I think, and that sort of thing. But honestly, I feel like this is a good guitar for anyone serious about, you know, wanting a nice guitar that will last them a really long time if you take care of it. One thing I did want to mention is this guitar also comes with a nice hard bag. It's kind of a hybrid. You know, a lot of companies do not include cases now, which is kind of crazy. But this one does have a nice hard bag, so it's got some, you know, strength to it, so it'll protect your guitar very well, more so than a gig bag. It's really nice. It's got a nice velour lines inside. It also has a nice pack here where you can store stuff like a cord or picks or whatever you need to. And then also on the back, it's got another little area where you can store stuff. And then the neat thing about it is it has straps, kind of like a backpack, so you can just stick it over your shoulder, carry it in where you're going to go play a gig or go play. And I think that in itself is a nice value to have. And overall, I kind of feel like Taylor, you know, there's Martins, there's Gibsons, there's a lot of different companies, that Breedloves even, that are in that price range. But I really feel like this is a guitar that's great for me. And you may find the guitar work great for you just because of the price point that it is there. Also, I do like the fact that Taylor is very ethical. Bob Taylor is more of a, I guess you can say, a philanthropist now. You know, he's kind of turned over some of his guitar operations to some of the other folks there at the company, and he is now in the process of, you know, going throughout the world and making sure that when they harvest, you know, certain types of woods like koa and mahogany and ovencall and some of these, you know, rare earth woods, you know, in various countries, he makes sure that he replants these trees to make sure that there will be plenty of this wood around 20, 30 years from now for folks who are still wanting to make good, high-quality guitars. So I think that's a really nice thing, and it's a very ethical thing, and so I kind of felt like I wanted to invest my money there. And, of course, it is Taylor. I've always been a fan of Taylor guitars. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you're a Taylor fan, you know, let me know what your likes or dislikes. If you've got this guitar, let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. If you like more videos like this, I'm going to try and do more of these. And I hope you guys will like and subscribe to these videos. One thing I do want to point out, I am still trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. And when I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm actually going to be giving away a prepaid gift card. I'm not sure what that's going to be just yet, just because we've got a long way to go, but I know we can get there. So be sure to subscribe, follow me, and make sure you're keeping ahead of me when I come out with new videos. But thanks again for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, y'all.